Hi FlossTube, I'm Rachel, Stitchy Rach, here on FlossTube and on Instagram. It's Thursday the 22nd of December and this is Flossmas number 22. Only 2 days left. I never thought I would get this far. I don't think many people thought I would get this far, but here I am and still going. Only 2 days left. Wowza. I've managed to film in the morning today. This afternoon we are going to the pantomime in the local town, so it really feels like Christmas is here now. Tomorrow I've got to go to the butcher and pick up my butcher's order, and then I'll make my gravy, and we've got our first guests arriving, and yes, it's like really starting in earnest. I think I've only got 3 presents left to wrap. Still a bit of house decorating to do. Not much, like all the main stuff. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. The children are currently upstairs decorating their playroom Christmas tree and the playroom with any leftover decorations. It's the first year we've given them a playroom Christmas tree. It's just a little artificial one. But they're kind of doing that. And at the moment it's harmonious. Obviously as soon as I start this, probably World War III will break out, but we will see. So yeah, really starting to feel Christmassy now. The carol service went well last night. Less well went my online shop. So husband was in charge of putting children to bed and receiving the online Christmas shop, which was a bit badly timed because obviously when I booked that slot months and months in advance, I didn't know I would be at a carol concert anyway. For some reason the driver didn't ring the bell and then just took it all away, and then Ocado said it was cancelled, and I was like freaking out, and I'm there like outside the church on top of the hill in the village, like on the phone to Ocado customer services, but it all came back. It's fine, we got it. The driver came back, it was fine, but there was a momentary panic where I was like, I'm gonna have no food and I'm gonna have to go to Sainsbury's at like 2 AM and buy all the stuff, which is what I didn't need. So I came home and had a glass of wine after that. And then this morning, so far this morning, I have renewed 2 children's passports because I heard something. I listened to a lot of radio, and I heard something on the radio the other morning, and I'm sure it's probably a scare story, but it said if you need to renew your passport, if you do it now, the backlogs are so bad you might not get it by next summer. And I was like, ooh. So 2 of my children have about 6 weeks left on their passport, so I've done it. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but it gave me the prompt to go and do it, and I'm sure it will probably be fine. And I don't even know if we're going abroad next summer, but I would like the option rather than being beholden to the UK passport office. So I've done that this morning, so yeah. So now you've heard all about the minutiae of my life, shall we talk about some stitching? Which I don't have a lot to talk about, to be honest. As I suspected, not a lot got done last night. After the carol concert and the online shop drama, and then the putting away of the online shop once it finally arrived. Not a lot happened. So I still was plugging away on Seasons of the Heart Spring by the Blue Flower, which I got from a 2021 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, which I have an online subscription to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I would recommend it. It's a very good magazine. So here's where it is. So as you can see, not much further progress from yesterday, but I got all those berries finished and their stalks. So that section is now completely finished. To be honest, although it's not a lot of stitching, it was faffy stitching. There was a lot of doing 5 stitches and then having to tie off and then restart. So it was a lot of stop-start stitching. And yeah, it was a bit faffy. But anyway, that section's done. So I'll see how I feel tonight after the pantomime and what we end up doing for dinner. But I'll either come down here and do the daffodils, or I might restart that temperature tree tonight. That's what I'm thinking. This is 32 count Belfast linen in the colour Raven's Core by Chromatic Alchemy, and the threads are DMC. So yeah, I'll kind of see how I feel tonight. As I say, I think I've got about 3 presents left to wrap. The spare room, I haven't had a massive tidy up session in here. I've just slowly manoeuvred things out of here, and it's kind of looking a bit better. There's still a pile of stitching stuff that is going to need to be put away. I might do that when we get back from the pantomime. I quite like putting threads away when I get round to it. So yeah, and tomorrow I will film in here tomorrow morning. excuse me. But then we've got guests coming tomorrow, kind of afternoon, evening, and then they're gonna need this room. So my last one on Saturday, I'll probably be in the corner of my bedroom. But we'll see where we get to. Right, I'll show you some knitting. I haven't done an awful lot of knitting, so you're not going to see a massive difference, but because we're in the daytime, I thought it might be nice to try and show the colours. It might show up a bit better. So here is where I am. I'm currently on kind of section 8, which is this section at the top, which is quite a multicoloured, and I am 6 rows into that, so I've got another 2 more to go. And there you can see the lace work quite nicely there. It's not perfect, but as I say, it is my first attempt at lace work, and I actually think the fairly speckly fabric hides the imperfections quite well. So I'll probably take this to the pantomime with me, and I can just get a few rows in, you know, while we're waiting for it to start and at the interval and stuff. That's when I usually manage to get a bit done at things like the theatre. So yeah, I'll try and wind ball number 9, and then at least I'll be able to carry on. This is the Land of Sweets cowl by, I found the cover sheet finally, by Curious Handmade. I got my copy on Ravelry to get a bit of an idea of the kind of thing it is. So yeah, exciting. And I've got this for travel purposes in my new Penelope's pocket bag, the one the dog hasn't chewed, and it's very festive. Very festive, and I'm still thinking of starting that sock that Sarah challenged me to in the new year. So that's all the crafting. As I say, not a lot. It is getting, we are getting quite to the pointy end of things. Oh, did you hear my tummy? I haven't had any breakfast. I very rarely eat breakfast, to be honest. I mainly just chain drink tea. Right, let's do some advents. Given I've just shown you the cowl, let's do number 22 from the Lee family yarn. This is the fingering weight yarn that I'm stitching that knitting that Land of Sweets cowl in that you've just seen. There we go. What have we got today? Ooh, another kind of pinky one. This is a fairly kind of hot pink and white. Very nice. Very nice. Add that to the bag. So when I said add it to the bag, the Land of Sweets cowl, all the different yarns I'm keeping in this Gertrude bag, also from Penelope's pocket. I think she has some of those available on her website at the moment, although obviously you're not going to get it for Christmas now, not with the state of the UK mail. Okay, and this is number 22 from the Skein and the Stitch box. This is, can't get that to focus, a DK weight yarn. You know it says 22 in there, don't you? Let's have a look. We were in the fade and we were back in the neutrals yesterday, so let's have a look. Oh, it's like a dark grey. Or mid-grey, probably better description. Very nice, very nice. Add that to the drawstring bag that came with the advent. Quite a few people said they're going to try and sign up for that advent next year. I would recommend it. It's been a really, really nice one. And this is Patchwork Rabbit, day number 22. I think this one is another thread. Shall we leave that one? Shall we leave that one till after I show you my old finish? This is the old finish I've chosen for you today. And it's festive. It's a festive old finish. It's Lizzie Kate. This is it. And it says, Dear Santa, I've been good all year. Okay, most of the time. Once in a while, I'll buy my own presents. And that just appealed to me. So I probably should have FFO'd it so I could display it. But as you know, that is unlikely to happen for many years. This was a finish last year, I think. Let me have a quick look. Sorry, I should have prepared that better. Pretty sure this was a finish last year. If you follow me on Instagram, I have highlights reels of my finishes on Instagram, which is where I am heading for this information. It was also a Stitch Mania start, I do know that. Stitch Mania 2020. Yes, this was started on the 17th of May 2020 and finished on the 30th of June 2021. So yeah, one day I'll finish that. It's on a 28 count even weave, I think. I don't know what even weave it is. I'd say it's a fabric flare from the stuff down the side. I think I got it in like a grab bag or scrap or odd cut sale from Lakeside Needlecraft. It's just kind of a pale neutral. You can kind of see that it's a different, that's the white on the back and that's the colour on the front. And I think I stitched it in the called for DMC, not the Weeks Dye Works. There you go, one day I'll display that in my home for Christmas. Right, just got the Patchwork Rabbit Advent to show you now. Let's have a look. What have we got? Ooh! We have got some vintage trim. So it's like some finishing stuffs. So they're all crinkle ribbons. We've got 18 inches each of French Ivory crinkle ribbon, which I guess is this one. Bogut's Violet crinkle ribbon, which I guess must be that one. And then cut watercress. Sorry about the glare there. And these are from Dames of the Needle. There you go, some nice trim to finish things with. Exciting, because you know that will be really quickly put to use in my house. Right, that is pretty much it. In terms of floss tube going forward, because obviously I've only got tomorrow and Christmas Eve left to do on my Flossmas, I am going to try and record a regular floss tube between Christmas and New Year. I think probably it'll be the 29th, but don't hold me to that. It'll kind of depend how things pan out, and I'm not entirely sure when all my guests are coming and going. But around about then. And then I will wait until the children are all back at school in the new year. So maybe the 1st or 2nd week of January I will do a full whip parade. That's my plan at the moment. Other than that, don't forget my giveaway, details of which can be found in Flossmas number 17. Flossmas number 17. Sorry, I'm just looking something up. Penelope's. And the giveaway is for a... I saw it earlier and I dumped a load of stuff and now I can't see it. For an Elsie stitch, like thread keep and needle minder. I did have mine here and oh, it's here. So I told you it's a mess. So it's for one of these, obviously without my stitching. And for a pair of Merchant & Mills scissors, which I must have put away, but they're little black embroidery scissors. So Merchant & Mills scissors and an Elsie, and you can find details of how to enter that in Flossmas 17, and that will be drawn just before I film on Christmas Eve. Right, I hope your Christmases are going to plan. I hope you're having a nice time. I can't believe I'm still keeping up with this. Until tomorrow, guys. See you later. Bye.